When people are trying to figure out which seat covers they want to get for their vehicle, a lot of times they'll reach out to us and ask how we compare to other brands on the market. And that's a good thing. What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna compare the TigerTough seat covers to the Wet Okole seat covers, and we're gonna unbox them, we're gonna compare them here on the table, and then we're gonna go install them on a truck so that you can see how they look next to each other, and then you can decide which one makes the most sense for you. Because the ultimate goal here is to make sure that you end up with a seat cover that you're gonna be happy with. Let's take a look at the Wet Okoles. If we're giving out awards for the biggest boxes, they're gonna win, hands down. Also, don't look at the no knife thing on top of there. I'm a trained box opening professional, so I am allowed to use a knife. This really is a very large box. Okay, come on out. Alrighty, let's see what we get here. First I see some literature. What's the literature say? We got a product care and an invoice and a book about more seat covers. The information sheet talks about the Wet Okole difference, seat cover repair policy, airbag safety, and how to wash your seat covers. Ooh, here's the installation instructions on the back. 3 steps. Oh no. 4 steps. Step 1, step 1B, step 2, and step 3. Okay, let's see what we're getting here. This looks like a seat back. So these are, they're neoprene, so they kind of have a bit of a wetsuit sort of smell to them, which I'm sure because they were packaged up in plastic will go away after a while. Got another headrest cover here, or a headrest cover and another headrest cover. Again, these are neoprene with like some sort of a foam on there as well. These look like they're held on with Velcro. And we've got a seat bottom cover here with a whole bunch of straps. Also neoprene with any part that looks like any part that you're coming in contact with has got foam. Oh, and this here, right here on the tag, this is what I was looking for. This says driver's side. So now we know that this is the driver's side bottom, which would make this the passenger side bottom, I bet. This one doesn't have a tag, but we're gonna assume that's the passenger side bottom. This one says driver's side. So that means that this one that I had over here was the passenger side. So you get 2 seat back covers, 2 seat bottom covers, 2 headrest covers, and a shower cap. Nah, it's probably the center console cover. So there you go. That's the Wet Okole. Now we're gonna take a look at the TigerTough seat covers. When these babies show up at your door, they're gonna be in a mailer like this. It says seat covers that work, so that way you know you got what you're looking for. And right here, this bag's a little hard to see it on, but made in the USA, because that's very important. Also on the front, you're gonna see the part number, what all it fits, and the date they were packaged on, so you know just how fresh they are. Let's tear these open. Inside the package, we got an installation guide with a bunch of colorful pictures, so you can see exactly how to install everything. Your order confirmation will also be in here, just that since we made these, we didn't have to order them. Get rid of the bag, and we'll start working here from the top down. Headrest covers, you're gonna get 2 of them for this particular part number. Some heavy duty hook and loop on there to keep them closed. In this case, these 2 are identical. And then we've got the seat back cover. Now this thing here is solid 1000 denier Cordura, every inch of it. So that way we know we can make them as tough as possible. This here is the driver's seat cover. There's a little tag on the back here. that says driver. Underneath that is going to be the passenger side seat back cover. You can tell because of the tag. It's identical, just a mirror image. And then we've got the seat bottom covers. These are also specifically for the driver or passenger. So it's all held on with super strong hook and loop. I should have mentioned that with the seat back covers too. Everything's held on with the super strong hook and loop. But in addition to the hook and loop on the seat bottom covers, we've also got a string that runs underneath the seat, side to side, and that's what keeps your cover from shifting when you slide in and out. And then we have our patented string lock. This is a nifty little device. So when you're installing these, you just feed the strings through here, and then they clamp in, and it locks the string in place, hence the name. Once that's locked in, you're good to go, and that's gonna keep the cover from shifting when you get in and out. All you gotta do is pull these little ends, cinches it up nice and tight. And then we've got the passenger seat bottom cover. Looks the exact same. It's a mirror image of the driver's side. We've got the TigerTough and Wet Okole seat covers installed on this truck. We're on a 2023 F-150 right now. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna start right at the top of both seat covers, and we're gonna work our way down, talk about each piece, and compare them. Starting right at the top, both the Wet Okoles and the TigerToughs come with a headrest cover. This is good because I think if you need to cover your seats, you should be covering your headrest as well. Working our way down to the seat back here, what they do is they're neoprene that is bonded to 1/2 inch of foam, and then they sew a bunch of decorative lines in here to make them look cool. And then on ours, all you get is the 1000 denier Cordura, so it's a much thinner cover, and the only stitching that we have in here is what is absolutely essential to make the cover conform to the actual shape of your seat. And the reason that we don't do any foam backing is because over time, foam does break down. Look at used vehicles, especially trucks or other vehicles that have been used hard. The foam in the seat bottom and even in the corners of the seat back does start to break down. So we feel that by laminating foam to the back of the cover, once that foam starts to break down, it's going to change the fit of your cover. So these covers here look really nice. And if you look online, people love their Wet Okole covers. What you do see though is that they're not super form fitting to the seat. So you can see from the cover out here, I can push it all the way back to here before it gets to the seat, but it looks great because that 1/2 inch of foam is holding the cover out nice and stiff. On the bottoms, we've got essentially the same thing. where we've got the neoprene laminated to the foam. There is a little gap here because you can't really get it pulled tight to the seat because it is so stiff, but it does look nice. And then on the TigerToughs, again, it's just the same 1000 denier Cordura with no stitching on it. And we do that because stitching makes fabric weaker. Anytime you sew on it, you're punching tons and tons of tiny holes in there, and that inherently makes it weaker. So we avoid any decorative stitching because we design for strength first and look second. So on the side of the seat bottom here, the cover does tuck down. It doesn't quite go inside the plastic trim, but it does tuck down there nicely. There's one strap right here that goes down between the plastic trim and the side of the seat. That was a little difficult to get in there, but it went in there, and that keeps your seat cover from shifting up too badly. Another thing to keep it shifting from side to side is an elastic strap here that goes around your seatbelt receptacle. And then there's two straps that go down the front to the back, and that's what keeps the cover from shifting forward and backward when you're driving. And then also on the side here, these are airbag compatible. So how they address that is just with this flap right here. Now this is better than some of the seat covers that we have reviewed because they do give you a nice flap. However, this line right here that we're looking at is where your airbag deploys from. And so you can see that goes all the way up to there. So about here is where the airbag deploys to. And then down here, it actually goes all the way down to right here, because when these airbags deploy, they come forward and down. So Wet Okole says these are airbag compatible. I believe them that they are. I just don't love the fact that there's this much of the airbag is still covered by the seat cover. And if the airbag deploys forward, I feel like there's a chance it could get stuck in here. But if it comes out sideways more first, it'll most likely blow this open and deploy properly. We sew in a engineered tearaway. So you see that really white thread there? That is a really low tensile thread. And when your airbags deploy, this tears open and lets the airbag deploy exactly like it's supposed to. This is what the OEMs do, the vehicle manufacturers. They have the factory seat cover is sewn together with a tearaway thread. And you can see this right here is the line for the airbag. So we go right down, we follow that from the top of the seat all the way down. That way when your airbag deploys, tears open, and the airbag shoots right out. We attach our seat bottoms a little differently. The cover itself actually wraps down the front of the seat, all the way underneath the seat, and then attaches to itself in the back. And that's what keeps the cover from shifting forward and backward. And then to keep it shifting from side to side, we have a string that actually goes down underneath the seat right here, and then another one that goes down this side over here, and then they connect in the center underneath the seat with our string lock. When you pull those tight, what that does is cinches the whole seat cover up around the seat bottom so that it works almost like a drawstring bag. It basically gathers itself around underneath these sides of the seat, and then that way when you slide in and out like this here, the cover doesn't come out. The Wet Okole covers do come with a center console cover as well. And you can see that we got that installed here. It does cover up the latch on the front of the armrest, if that's something that you're concerned about. Once it's on, just take a little bit to get it on. Once it's on, it's not coming off if it's good. Our seat back cover actually wraps up around and attaches to itself. So you can see there where the cover wraps up around and attaches to itself. And then we've got this flap that just goes down and makes it look nice and tidy. On the Wet Okoles, they have these elastic straps that just go down and hook underneath the seat. So neoprene is used a lot in like diving gear and stuff because it is waterproof. So if we dump a little water on here, you can see that it's largely soaking into the cover. None of this is going through the cover. It will stay dry on the backside. So everything that I spilled on here is staying in the fabric. It is not going through to your factory seats. Now let me show you what it looks like on the Cordura. These are also waterproof. They're also what's called hydrophobic. which means they do not absorb liquid. So I'm gonna dump water up here in the front corner just like we did before. You can see all that beads up and runs off. So there is none of this is soaking into the fabric. So we've covered a lot of points in this video so far, but I want to give you a rundown on some of the highlights and major things to consider when you're looking for covers. Where are these made? Both TigerTough and Wet Okole covers are made in the USA, which is fantastic. The TigerTough covers come with a 2-year unconditional warranty. That means if you break something in 2 years, we're gonna cover it under warranty. We're gonna wanna hear the story of how it happened because we love hearing those stories, but it's gonna be covered under warranty. We're either gonna fix or replace it, whatever makes the most sense. The Wet Okoles, in the literature that we got, one piece says that every stitch carries a lifetime warranty, and then there was another piece of literature said that they have a 90-day limited warranty. I checked the website that also says a 90-day limited warranty, so we're gonna go with that. The limited warranty covers manufacturer's defects and workmanship. So if there's anything wrong with the fabric or anything wrong with what they've put together, that will be covered under warranty. And then on the subject of returns, if you do decide to try out the TigerTough covers and you just don't like them, we'll be glad to return them. As long as they're clean and in resellable condition, we're gonna return them. If you do get the Wet Okoles, just keep in mind, they do not offer returns. So if you do decide these are right for your vehicle and you get them, as long as there's nothing wrong with the covers, they're not gonna return them. There you've got TigerTough compared to Wet Okole seat covers. I hope that I've helped answer any questions that you have and helped you make a decision as to what seat cover makes the most sense for your application. If you do still have any questions outstanding, give us a call, shoot us an email. We'll be more than happy to help you out.